told us about this possible move in the Future Group is with us. Porinju, good morning. So you're smiling because, I remember you had told us that there's a lot of value in these Future Group stocks. But once again, for the benefit of our viewers, what's leading to this kind of re-rating?
Good morning, Anuj. I was basically betting on the Future Group, as a group or companies with inflection point. I used to very often refer to this word inflection point of companies, groups, or industry, the segment. So I found, we had a very challenging time for the organized retailers in the last few years. Everybody have been bleeding, and some of them were making nominal profits. So it happens to any sunrise industry after that initial big boom and fancy in the stock market and in the other marketplace, then things turn out to be not so easy to go, especially with the leveraged balance sheets. Many of these companies were struggling, and there will be suddenly some kind of oversupply and lack of demand. So there will be some consolidation period. That is something we have been going through in the last 2-3 years in the industry. So that is almost over. So I found, of course, everybody knows the largest holding in my portfolio is Future Consumer Enterprises, Future Consumer, FCL now. So that's something, 12% of my portfolio.
Okay.
So, of course, we have been buying stock from 5 rupees. And, of course, under portfolio management, we started buying at 10 rupees, then went to 20 rupees. Last year, it was almost stagnant, 2016. So that happens when a stock suddenly doubled and tripled, then it will consolidate naturally. So now I think that time is over, that consolidation is over. That is the reason I was strongly suggesting Future Group stocks, especially Future Consumer, in the last few months' time.
Okay. Thanks for that disclosure, Porinju, of the exact amount that you hold and when you started buying. But what was the situation for Future Consumer in the last 6 months, and what makes you think it's at an inflection point?
Inflection point is not exactly for FCL. It is for the whole group and for the industry, organized retailing, basically.
Okay.
Now, Kishore Biyani is considered to be the king of retail and perhaps the pioneer in this country. And there was a highly fancied name earlier, a few years ago, if you remember, that it was very fancied. Everybody was talking about Pantaloon and the kind of things. So then it settled down as in the natural course. Now, see, the group is having around 25,000 crores of revenue, and it's quoting at all the three main companies, listed companies, and it's quoting at around 18,000 crores of market capitalization, which is not good times. This is a valuation which is like a distressed valuation. If it's growing, and they are talking about growth of 25-30% for next many years. Even the group is talking about 1 lakh crores kind of a turnover in the next 5-6 years' time, which is very much possible. It's logical also to think so, because there was some apprehension maybe a year ago, a couple of years ago. The online retailers, they may take all the market share, and the shop, this kind of formats may suffer. But that is not the truth. Even I was telling this may happen for some time, but that may not be the long-term retail in the world. So I understand many of these independent online retailers are stopped. They're closing down.
Okay.
So ultimately things are coming back to normal scene, and the rationality prevails.
Okay.
So we should see India has a long way to go in organized retail. There's no doubt about it.
Porinju, how would the valuations of Future Retail compare with, say, DMart? Because that will list now, and we're already hearing about some crazy numbers for that stock once it lists. Of course, slightly different business model, but any comparisons here?
Yeah, I think the DMart is valued at around 18,000 crores approximately, the indicated IPO price. And I even heard that there is a grey market premium of 40-50%. So that shows something like 26,000-27,000 crores of valuation for DMart. They have something like maybe 15,000 crores revenue. It's a solid company, there's no doubt about it. But I am seeing faster growth for Future Group companies from the current levels, because the plans what they have disclosed to the shareholders, and the presentations, and if you go through their the vision and the plans of the group, it looks amazing. I think I won't be surprised to see the future group companies, which is now around 18,000 crores market cap and around 2,500 crores debt of the three main listed companies. This can be a 1 lakh crores market cap in the next 5-6 years' time.
Okay. Any preferences within the three of them?
Of course, I have my vested interest with FCEL. Not vested interest, I would say. I think that model is something I liked more. It is something, it's a beautiful thing. Not only distribution network, it is sourcing of agri products from farmers to manufacturing, as I used to always say, grading, branding. And they're creating so many brands, in-house brands. They are even tying up with international brands. It's a fantastic thing this company is doing, and which has got a huge relevance in Indian economy. That is why I love the stock. Even this year, they will be reporting loss on the net level. Maybe as per the projection by the management, they should be in a profit zone, most probably next financial year, the 17-18. And this company can grow at 40-50% for some years, the way it is being grown. It's growing. The formats like Nilgiris, it's a very strong brand in South India. It's huge scalability. They can have 1,000 stores of Nilgiris in the next few years if they do the right things.
No, it's just that, Porinju, Future Lifestyle and Future Market Network have trebled in the last year or so. Future Consumer has only now started climbing up. That's why I asked you what would be your favorite within that. How much do you hold in each of them? Is it over 1% of their own capital or less than 1% of their own?
I hold 12% in my portfolio. The future consumer. That's the only stock we hold in the portfolio. Okay. I have some personal holding in the other stocks, which is very small.
Okay, Porinju, that's on future. Before we let you go, just wanted your thoughts on the other theme which you have backed, which is all these IT stocks, the likes of Vedavag and a couple of others. One on that, and the other is your most recent buy, Paniam Cement. Your thoughts on that?
Paniam Cement is a very small penny stock. I think CNBC should not discuss such stocks, to be very frank. It's of course a 1 million ton cement company. It was available at 50-60 crores market cap. So I was buying it some time back. Now I think that might have come down to some 80-90 crores market cap, 50-60 crores debt. So if the management, I think they came on the channel yesterday also. If they do the right things, this can get a much maybe 3x, 4x kind of thing. But these are very risky stocks. I would like to warn investors. One should not go and buy in a big way, because we don't know how smartly these promoters are going to manage this kind of business. But today, I have been always talking. India is changing. India is changing dramatically when it comes to small and medium companies, especially. The whole world is changing, not only India. So that's the reason I am very bullish on the whole market. It's unprecedented changes like never before happening in the world, in the economy, in the social structure of the world. Definitely agree. And the same thing, the other way, in India, things are happening very positively from the economic positive point. That's very important. So the so-called small managements, they are changing for much better. The economy is changing or moving more from the black into the white.
Yes, we are hoping all that will make a big difference. Just wanted to ask you finally on the Tata Group stocks that you like. I think you like Indian Hotels, Tata Global. Anything that you would add on? Were you satisfied with their performance? I thought Indian Hotels was good, not so much Tata Global.
Yeah, Tata Global also has moved, Lata, recently. In fact, we added in our portfolio management a few weeks ago. Of course, there was a lot of confusion with the change of management and kind of things happening in the group level. But Tata Global, I have been always maintaining, it's a huge value, hidden value in this company, which can go 3-4 times if properly managed. So let us be positive and hope the company. Of course, I have got a lot of. I am betting on the Harish Bhatt. If he is given the full freedom to manage this company, this can be 4x and 5x in the next 3-4 years' time. That's the potential of the brand and the business model of Tata Global Beverages.
All right. We'll drink that as our morning cup of coffee. Thank you very much.